Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Jay McFarland. You can call me J Mac. So glad that you decided to join us as we start every weekday now at 12:30. And we start off with a very important special segment. And here's what we call it.
This is the J Mac News Attack.
So here's the assignment that I've been given. 5 points or takeaways in 5 minutes, as only I can do it. And this all surrounds an 11-year-old boy who shoots an intruder in his home, resulting in a firestorm. And when I mean firestorm, I mean taking over the interwebs of controversy as to why. So in our 5 points, we'll tell you what happened and why does it have everybody so concerned.
Takeaway number 5.
So here's the story. 11-year-old boy in his home when he heard noises, which turned out to be an intruder. He grabbed a knife and approached the intruder. No, he didn't hide. He approached the intruder, threatened the intruder. The intruder threatened him. But the robber, he just kept going about his business.
I seen the guy and I warned him 4 times to get out, and then he ran upstairs and he come back down with a 38 in his hand. So that's when I told him I was going to shoot him if he didn't get out the house and drop the stuff right now.
Oh my.
Number 4.
So the boy decides the knife is no longer sufficient for this battle. He grabs his dad's 9mm handgun, at which point he warns the robber again.
He pointed the gun at me when he was coming downstairs and told me he was going to kill me and F you, all that.
Wow.
Takeaway number 3.
So the young man has warned the intruder. The intruder continues to go about his business, placing a bunch of items in a clothes hamper. And the boy continues to warn him.
I guess when I pulled the gun out on him, I guess he didn't think it was a real gun because he didn't worry about it. He just kept on walking.
He just kept on going about his business.
Number 2.
So at this point, the intruder has the items in a clothes hamper, leaves the home. I'm not sure, front door, back door, I'm not sure. And the boy follows him outside and continues to warn the intruder that he's going to get shot.
And J Mac News Attack. Takeaway number 1.
The 11-year-old, realizing that this intruder was not going to leave the items behind, was not going to stop what he was doing, fires a warning shot into the air, warning the intruder once again that he's going to get shot. The intruder, after hearing the warning shot, begins to run, approaches a chain link fence, tries to hurdle or jump over the chain link fence, all holding these items at the same time. And according to the 11-year-old, this is what happens.
I shot through a hamper that he was carrying, and it was a full metal jacket bullet. I went straight through the bag and hit him in his leg. Wow. And he started crying like a little baby.
Started crying like a little baby. It took 12 rounds that he shot in the direction of this intruder. You heard him. That one round pierced the clothes hamper, went all the way through because it is a full metal jacket, and hit him in the leg where he started crying. Police then arrived on the scene and arrested him. That individual will be okay. And now the controversy. This 11-year-old, by many, is being hailed as a hero. Good for him for protecting his home. But other questions have come up, and I think they're fair questions. They're important questions. We're going to dive into them at 1:05. Why did this young man have access to a loaded 9mm? Is anyone concerned that he was firing the weapon into the direction of potentially other homes, other people? 12 rounds of a full metal jacket? Are his actions covered by the stand your ground laws? Should they be covered by the stand your ground laws? And another question that I'd like to ask, what do you teach your 11-year-old? Do you teach them confront the intruder? Is that what you teach them? If there's an intruder in the home, grab a weapon and confront them? Is that the proper instruction? You can text us at 57500. You can call our comment line 575-7668. As you can imagine, we're going to explore both sides of this issue, and I will tell you exactly how I feel this young man should have acted as opposed to how he acted. Again, we'll dive into that at 1:05, but I'll give you a little bit more of my opinion coming up.